What did you overhear or oversee while you're cleaning houses? That's a very interesting question, but we'll talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, no matter how weird or unusual it is, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today's show is brought to us by mycleaningconnection.com. So if you're an Airbnb host and you clean your own place, or if you offer the turnover service and you are a professional house cleaner, or if you clean single-family homes on a bi-weekly basis. Maybe you're even a homeowner and you do it yourself cleaning. It's okay. We have all kinds of stuff for you, from cleaning supplies to downloads to books, podcasts, all different kinds of products, equipment. I mean, it's just an array of cleaning stuff. So check it out at mycleaningconnection.com. All right, on to today's show, which is from a house cleaner who wants to know, what did you oversee or overhear while you were on a cleaning job that you weren't supposed to see? Lots of things. If you've cleaned as long as I have, you've seen and heard lots of things. The very first few years that I was in my house cleaning business, I didn't really know how to respond to the things that I was seeing and hearing. At the time, marijuana was not legal, and so I would see weed inside somebody's house, and I knew it was illegal. So I didn't know, was I supposed to call somebody? Was I supposed to just leave it there? Was I supposed to clean around it? Was I supposed to say something to somebody? I mean, it was weird because I didn't have any training and I didn't know what to do. As I grew through my training business, there are a bunch of things that happened over the years, and things will happen to you as well, where you will hear couples arguing and they will tell you too much information. And then you're like, I can't unhear that information. I wish I did not know that. And there was one particular time that I went to clean and I walked in on a man and his girlfriend, and the wife was not there, and the wife lived with him at the house, and the wife is the one that hired me. And so it was weird and awkward because do I tell the wife who hired me, or do I just kind of keep a closed mouth policy? What do I do? And the man asked me, you're not going to tell my wife about this, are you? And I said, no, I was paid to do one job, and that job is to come clean your house. And so I'm only going to clean your house, and whatever happened between you and your wife is between you and your wife. So I'm going to leave that to you, but I'm not going to say anything to her. And I decided at that time that because they were grown, consenting adults, that would be an adult relationship conversation they would have to have. I was not going to get involved. But what I decided was I had to draw some boundaries. If there were children involved and there were children that were in harm's way, would I say something? Now, grown, consenting adults, that's a little bit different. But when children are in danger, then yes, you have to say something. You have to call and get some help. And there are a couple of weird scenarios, not many, but a couple of weird scenarios where you do oversee and you overhear things. And because we are in people's homes, we've got the vibe of their home, right? We clean their home. We know where everything is. So when things are moved and shuffled around, you can sense really early on, even if someone is having cognitive problems and maybe they're starting to slip into dementia or Alzheimer's, because you'll find things in places that they do not belong. Like you'll find a bra in a dishwasher or something like that. And you're like, all right, there's something going on here. So when you oversee and you overhear things, it's always going to be a judgment call. And there are times that I've gone back to a customer that is slipping cognitively. And I've said, hey, listen, I've been cleaning your house for a couple of years now, and I just want to make sure that I have all my T's crossed and all my I's dotted. Do you mind giving me the number of a family member I can call in case there's ever an emergency? And I get the name of one of their kids or a nearby neighbor or someone I can call just to check in on them to say, hey, listen, it's time. This person needs a regular check-in, not just for me every other week, but from somebody on maybe an everyday basis. Is there somebody that can just check in or give a call or, can we bridge that gap? So there will be times that you will see and overhear things. And it's always a matter of, am I invading my customer's privacy? And if you are, please back out. If you see something that you can't unsee or unhear, please keep a letter of confidentiality to yourself. You don't want to share that with anyone. There are things that have happened in my customers' homes that I do not tell my husband. I'm dying to tell somebody, like, you are not going to believe what just happened. But I don't tell my husband because my husband may run into these people. I've worked in my own neighborhood for years. I don't want them running into a neighbor and knowing something about them that might slip, right? So it has to be so confidential that you share it with no one. And there are times that I've had customers that live in my neighborhood, and I'm out walking with a different neighbor, and we run into that neighbor. And I could say, oh, I clean their house, right? And I don't. I never even bring it up. It's just like, hi, I'm seeing a neighbor off the street that I haven't seen you in so long. And it's not that I'm trying to be deceptive. It's that there's private information with that relationship that this neighbor is not privy to. So yeah, you are going to see things. You are going to hear things. My suggestion to you and my request is please, please always choose respect for your customers and clients. They are giving you your paycheck. And with that paycheck, you're putting food on your table and you're paying your bills. So out of respect, please do not say anything that is derogatory, negative, gossipy about the people whose houses you clean. Unless there is a problem and there are children or people, there are grown adults that are in danger. There are a couple of times that I've had to ask women that were covered in bruises. It's none of my business, but I need to ask, are you safe? Because if you're not safe, I can help you find help. And there are times one woman said, I'm not safe. And then we had to take other actions. There's one woman that said, I bruise easily. I don't know why I bruise, but I'm perfectly fine and no one has abused me. And haha, this is so funny, but thank you for checking in on me. So there are times you have to say something. You have to. If you see something, say something. It might be to the person and it might be to the authorities. Like I said, if there's a child in danger, the child doesn't have a voice. It is your responsibility to save that child's life if you feel that they are in danger. So there are times. Please be respectful. Please be aware. Keep your antennas out. Please be aware. Because you are hired to be in a person's house and you become part of that environment. So please be careful. Please be aware and please be confidential. And that's my 2 cents for today. All right, until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.